My dear sisters and brothers, good evening, and my humble pranams at the holy feet of revered Lalaji Maharaj, revered Babuji Maharaj, revered Daji Maharaj, revered Chariji Maharaj, and all elders of our mission. So, therefore, today I would like to uh, read Babuji's wonderful, inspiring, and enlightening message that is required for each and every abhyasi in our mission. Therefore, before reading Babuji's message, that is on determination, awake, arise, let not stop till the goal is reached. Like that, great people say, great Vedas, they say. So, therefore, Babuji Maharaj says, if an abhyasi enters into the spiritual field with great determination to reach the goal, then half the distance is crossed. That he has crossed off the distance. That is what Babuji is telling. That is the power of discrimination, this determination. That I would read one small story which will enlighten the concept of determination and the what is called the willpower to reach the ultimate. So let me start the story and then go for Babuji's unique message. Okay? So therefore, what happened now? Now, you see, I shall read the story which will be very interesting and inspiring, and it is beyond conception. It will give a lot of, it will what is called infuse. It will accelerate our interest, craving, restlessness, impatience for reaching the ultimate condition. That is the way how the story goes. And please listen carefully so that will be great, immensely helpful to you in your journey towards infinity. Now, the story goes like this. A king had many elephants. Okay? But one elephant was very powerful, very obedient, and best in the fighting skills. Only one elephant. In many wars, he was sent on the battlefield and he would return only after being victorious. That is the mighty, that is the willpower of the strength of the elephant. He was most loved elephant of the kings out of hundreds and thousands. You see, he likes that elephant. And it's skill, a skill that is required. Time went on by, and the elephant started getting old and old. Of course, elephant, natural. It is getting older. The king did not send him to the battlefield anymore. Therefore, the king did not send the elephant to the battlefield anymore. But he still remained a part of the king's team, even though the elephant was in the king's team. In the going to the battlefield, the team, the army, it was also in the king's army. Because whenever the king saw him, he felt good and happy. Because king wants that elephant. Just by looking his face, the elephant's face, the king will get enormous energy and enchantment, happiness, and he will jump into the warfield and come victoriously. That is because of seeing the face of the elephant. It is there. It is there in our human beings also. I am the 10th son of my father, 11 children. And when I was a baby in the cradle, thumbsucker, I was. But my father was a criminal lawyer, public prosecutor at the time. He earned a lot, name and wealth and everything. And what he used to tell, when he goes to the court for arguing certain criminal cases, so when going to the court, he will see my face. I was an infant in the cradle. And by seeing the smile on my face, when he goes to the court, he will come victoriously. That is what my father told me. That is the power, the charisma in your face when you are lying in the cradle, your thumb in your mouth. I was a thumbsucker. So like that, the king, he was having that sentimental feeling over the elephant. That is unavoidable because he loves the elephant so much. Next one. And there was, so, yes, the elephant, after some time, the elephant once went to a lake for a drink. Drink. His feet, then what happened? His feet got stuck up in the mud. Quicksand. There is quicksand. So the feet of the elephant was it was stuck up in the mud, one of the legs. And he started sinking there. Quicksand. Quick mud. That mud, clay, might be that slowly it is withdrawing, pulling down the elephant. He tried a lot, but he couldn't pull himself outside the mud. The elephant is a gigantic, huge animal with huge body and having a lot of strength and courage. Even then, it is unable to get rid from that mud where it has been caught. Something like an elephant in our ancestral story. An elephant, that is Airavat, white elephant, and its leg was caught in the mouth of a crocodile, small creature, in a pond. But the elephant could not come out because the pull of the crocodile was so much. It is powerful in the water, not outside. The crocodile comes outside of the water, even a dog, it will be afraid of. Even a dog, a puppy dog, when it barks, it will get afraid. But in the water, it has most powerful power and most strength it will have. That's why that is called Gajendra Moksha. So therefore the elephant tries all his means to get out from that. What is called that dirty, that tiny, what is called crocodile. But it is unable to get out. And finally, the crocodile was pulling into the water. The entire elephant is just going into the water. At that time, the elephant cried, screamed, and it called, O Lord, Vishnu, Narayana, Sriman Narayana, please, please come and help me. I am helpless. I am in crisis. I am going to die in the hands of a crocodile. And it cried, shouted, and it screamed. Immediately, the cry of a true seeker will bring the master to his door, our Babuji Maharaj told. So its cry, the elephant's cry was so real that brought the very God, that is Mahavishnu or Sriman Narayana. He himself left the heaven, left his throne, left his wife, Sri Lakshmi, left his Gadha, left all his forgotten the God himself. So he has forgotten even his heaven and rushed to the spot where the elephant is, and then with his disc, Sudarshana Chakra, he cut off the head of this crocodile and gave liberation to the elephant, white elephant, Ravat. You see, that is the craving, that is the real cry of the elephant, which brought even the God in the heaven has to descend to the earth and save the elephant. Therefore, this elephant is just caught in the mud, not knowing what to do. It is helpless. It is in great crisis. It knows that mud will slowly pull it down under the ground, and it will croak. So the elephant was put to turmoil. So panic stricken, what to do? At that time, what happened? So for a drink, his feet got stuck up in the mud there, and he started sinking there, sinking and sinking. He tried a lot, but he couldn't pull himself outside the mud. Whatever he tried, he could not come out from the mud. All his strength, his vitality, capacity, caliber, its mighty, heighty, weighty, everything failed in front of the mud, quicksand. Quicksand is just pulling it down. People around knew that the elephant was in trouble. The elephant was in trouble. By the sound of his screams, it was screaming, the elephant. Somebody to come and help it. Otherwise, it will lose its very survival. So it is screaming. And people rushed to the spot, to that lake, to that spot where the elephant is caught. And they were all aghast. What is this? This elephant, the elephant, which is loved by the king very dearly, and it is now in turmoil. People couldn't understand how to help the elephant. So it screams. This news also reached the king. The people wanted to help the elephant, but they couldn't. And this news was sent to the king's palace, to the king himself. There was panic around. Everyone was panic stricken because everybody knew that he was the king's favorite. The elephant was king's favorite. That every citizen of that kingdom knows. That's why they are panic stricken. They were struck with fear, fiasco, and all other people gathered around the elephant and made various efforts to get him out. So they tried. All the people got down. went near the elephant and tried to pull him out. That is the pang in everyone's heart. And that is the duty of every citizen of that particular, what is called, city or the kingdom, to help to give life and help the elephant from the mud, by to please the emperor, the king. So that's why people are tooth and nail. They are trying to lift it out. Unfortunately or fortunately, they couldn't do anything. The elephant is sinking and sinking and sinking. That's why it was not some small animal. It was an elephant, dear friends. It was not a small animal, a small puppy dog, or small creature. It is a huge animal with a very big body, mighty, heighty, and weighty. The elephant. It is not so easy to pull out from that mud. Any number of people, they couldn't do it. It was not some small animal, it was an elephant. In the meantime, see, wonderful thing, an old retired minister from the king's court and was passing by. So when these people were trying to lift the elephant, an old minister from the king's court, he was a retired minister, he was just passing through that way. After understanding the situation, he spoke to the king and suggested that the battle drums be played around the lake. Immediately the minister, with his genius, he used his brain and he observed how to make the elephant escape, get out from the crisis. He thought over, and immediately he told the king, "What? Oh Majesty, what you have to do, that the battle drums be played around the lake. Come on. The battle drums, you play the battle drums around the lake. Keep all the soldiers, and then as if you are going to the battlefield, you should make a great sound. Great sound should come from the drums, and it should go into the ears of the elephant." So the elephant, what happened when they started doing drumming all the army around the lake? What happened? The elephant slowly stood up. The elephant, which is caught in the mud, it slowly, hearing the drums, war drums, it slowly got up from the mud and then pulled himself out of the mud on his own. Simply the elephant got out from the mud by using his willpower and strength, got out from the mud and stood outside of it by himself. Nobody, with the support of nobody, with the help of nobody. Everybody around was shocked, taken aback, bewildered, astounded, flabbergasted. Everybody went into a blind panic and surprised. Everybody was, what is this? How this elephant itself can get out from that mud? Though we all trying to lift it, we couldn't. But how it himself, he could come out? That is the willpower. You understand? Babuji says, use your will and power and crave, develop will and power for your own making and creating, craving for the ultimate. That is that real wish, that real craving, that real impatience, that real longing for reaching the ultimate. That should excel. That should God. That should come out of our hearts. That is the determination what we have to make to reach our goal. That is what Babuji is telling. The same thing here. When hearing the drums, sounds of the drums of the war, immediately it got up from the mud. So that is not the easy thing. It has got in it that power of will. Willpower it has got. Strength he has. Using the willpower, it could come out. Everybody has the willpower. That is what Babuji is telling. Use your will and power. That is what Babuji is telling to the entire humanity. But we are all weak, frail. We think that we are fit for nothing, not even to stand, let alone jumping into the world, to the war field. So we have to use our willpower, and that this an animal could use it. So there was not a lack of physical ability in the elephant. There is no physical ability. They thought that it is physical inability because it is old. It is reached its superannuation, retired. So therefore he cannot himself get up. But he got up. He could get up. That is what they say. That ability he has. Just to need to infuse enthusiasm within was required, and that was done. Nothing is there. No physical labor with people, no missions, bulldozers, nothing is required. Cranes to lift the chest, creating an enthusiasm, inflicting the enthusiasm in the elephant. It is that is required. That much is required. Nothing else is required. You understand? So that is what the genius of the minister. He could know by simply doing drumming, the elephant will get up. Because the elephant is ready to die in the water, in the war field. It wants to show its gratitude to its master, the king, the emperor. So therefore, stood up, came out from that mud. Nothing mud can do. Nothing can do anything from the willpower of the elephant. To maintain enthusiasm in life, it is necessary that humans maintain a purposeful thinking and mindset, and do not let despair or despondency dominate us. So, our purpose of life, what is called our purpose. What is our purpose of life? That has to be realized. And that is reach our goal. For that, we have to use our will and power. Our entire attention should be on that and that alone, on our master. That should be established. We have to determine and we have to establish the remembrance of the master in our subconscious, in the subconscious mind. It should be there always. That's the way how we have to make ourselves. We have to transform ourselves. We have to mold our mind like that. In whatever activities we may be involved and merged in it totally, even then, in the subconscious mind, the thought of the master should always remain. That is what is required for our final success. That can be done with our willpower. Nobody is unfit. Everybody is true. So now, within 5 minutes, I shall read the Babuji's message. I will finish the speech. So, what Babuji said, So, our longing for the realization of the goal is great. Our negligent or sluggish habits will not stand in the way of our efforts or progress. So, when the longing for realization of God is there in our heart, if it is real, then we will leave all our bad vasanas. 7, what is called sapta vasanas. Whatever may be, we may caught in any one of the vasanas, addictions. Even then, if the real thing, real desire arises in our hearts, we will just kick it off all those things. Whatever may be, 100 weaknesses, 100 defects. I can go on enlisting. Whatever may be our tendencies, whatever may be our slavery towards the desires, wishes, temptations, and whatever maybe we are running against our success or our material prosperity, power and prominence, everything, whatever may be our condition, wherever we may be in the material state, whatever may be our state of mind, even then, in the worst state of mind or the best state of mind, whatever, but once in the heart, the desire to reach our beloved and become one with him, then I will kick off all those things. Just will reach the destination. So that is what Babuji Maharaj is telling, that longing for the realization of the goal is great. Our negligent or sluggish habits will not stand in the way of our efforts or progress. So whatever sluggishness post means, we'll kick it off if the real desire arises in our heart. Therefore, if we go through the history of ancient sages, we find that they had sacrificed all the comforts of life for the sake of attaining reality. They led a life of austerity and penance, undergoing every kind of hardship and trouble for undergoing every kind of hardship and trouble for the sake of the object so dear to their heart. Intense longing for the goal made them blind to everything else, and they remained firm on the path, not minding the difficulties and reverses that came across their way. Such an intense longing for the object and an iron will to achieve the goal is absolutely necessary to ensure complete success. I may assure you, no matter how adversely you may be placed in, surrounded by all the worries and miseries of a household life, your busy life will then offer no hindrance in your way. Generally, people go hesitatingly towards God, thinking themselves to be too incapable and weak to achieve the real thing. A powerful will made at the very first and maintained all through shall never fail to achieve complete success. Half the distance is crossed if a man enters the field with a firm mind. Difficulties and dejections will melt away at a mere glance, and the path of success will be made smooth. Indecisive attitude leads to half-hearted efforts and generally results in mere partial success or more often in failure. Our firm will enables us automatically to draw in power from unknown sources for the accomplishment of the task. A firm will, supplemented by an ever-increasing impatience or yearning to achieve the object, will enhance the force of our effort, and we shall thereby remain in constant touch with the same real thing, catching every hint the same real thing, catching every hint conducive to our spiritual well-being and progress. Impatience or constant restlessness to reach the goal in the shortest possible time is thus by far the most important factor contributes to our speedy success. We must not rest even for a while till we have gained the real object, the eternal peace and calmness. Calmness is the characteristic of the soul. Intense longing for an object naturally creates restlessness for it, and we have no peace till we achieve the desired object. It is therefore very essential thing and must be cultivated by whatever means possible. The essential thing and must be cultivated by whatever means possible. As for gaining the eternal peace, we cultivate within us restlessness and impatience at the preliminary stage. Okay? That is what is required by us. That is, it is. We have the great master always at his holy feet. We have to pray. Oh Master, give me whatever is required to reach you and become one with you. That is the prayer. The prayer should be sincere, seriously, sincerely, and with full of heart, love and devotion. We have to go on praying the great master, Babuji Maharaj, and that he will bestow the grace, his mercy, his sympathy, or his empathy on us. We are just a dust particle under his feet. Therefore, there is no doubt, even a small speck of doubt on the part of our great master, that we will not reach the destination. We will definitely reach the destination one day or other. But infinite patience, forbearance, tolerance, that is required, and cooperation with the master. That's all. So again, I am telling you one thing I want to tell you. I hope all my brothers and sisters of this, our mission, they may belong to any group. There are number of groups are there, branches are there. But I sincerely beg you pardon that one thing I have realized, Babuji has given me one realization. That is, earlier I was talking in almost all my videos, I was talking about to giving suggestions and advice, rather forcing, compelling my brothers and sisters, abhyasis, to leave everything and only come to the feet of the holy feet of the great master Babuji Maharaj and worship him only, constantly remember him only, meditate on him, and whatever you do in all your activities, you have to think about the master, and he is the God personification. Like that, I was telling you, I was imposing that suggestion on each and every one of you. But by the grace of the Divine Master, Babuji Maharaj, I have realized that I am little bit, I am not correct in my thinking. Because everyone, not only the abhyasis, even non-abhyasis, everyone will follow the guidance of their mind and heart. Nobody will listen to others. Even if I sit 24 hours, 365 days, if I go on telling you, not only you, each abhyasi of our mission, to follow only the Master Babuji Maharaj. He is the Divine Master. He is the special personality. He is the God incarnated. And you have to follow him. He can only take you to the ultimate. Like that, if I go on giving lecture after lecture, sermon after sermon to all my brothers and sisters, even then they will listen to me. They will appreciate me. They will praise me like anything about my intention, about my interest on the mission method and the master. But after going to their homes, they will completely forget Whatever I am telling or whatever they are listening in there, so many great souls are there. They are giving speeches in the television. Whatever they are listening in the YouTube, they are giving so many great souls. They are giving. They will not listen to them, neither to me nor to them. Every abhyasi or every human being will go according to the guidance of their mind. This is the truth. So when that is the truth, then what is the use of myself compelling, forcing, or putting on their heads about my concept of spirituality? No, I am very sorry. That is should not. I should not treat, behave like that with my fellow beings. So therefore, in our mission, somebody, see, Behenji was there. See, there are so many evolved souls are there. Babuji has taken. I know few. They are most important people. If you take Dr. Varadachari, suppose you take Lalaji Maharaj. Lalaji Maharaj has 14 paramparas complete. The entire world he has followers. And nobody will listen to anybody. I told one of the senior most elderly person in Lalaji's that group of followers. I told him, Babuji, what do you think about Babuji? I asked him. Lalaji's associate, one of the closest. And he told me, my dear sir, Babuji is a saint, but he is communicating with Lalaji that I don't believe. I'm sorry to say. This is the what he has given the answer to me. Then I understood. So, the followers of Lalaji Maharaj will never leave Lalaji Maharaj. They are seeing the God himself, or they are treating Lalaji as the God himself. Because they cannot go, they have fixed like that, they have determined like that in their hearts. Their mind, they will go, the mind, they will not go against the guidance of their own mind. Likewise in Babuji Maharaj. Likewise, suppose you take Dr. Narayan, K.C. Narayana, and Chariji. Both Babuji used to tell, these both persons are my two eyes. To that level he has taken both of them to the heights, dizzy heights in spirituality. And Chariji was made successor. And Narayana, he opened his own ISRC, Institute of Ramchandra Consciousness. Like that he has started himself. And so many preceptors, so many abhyasis worldwide he has. He has even lifted so many people. And I heard one of the senior most preceptor, he was telling me that he has taken nearly 6 people to the central region. That is, yeah, they are liberated souls he made. So therefore, they believe, the followers with him, they see, they follow Dr. K.C. Narayan's advisors, guidance, they follow, their heart follow, their mind follow. They won't follow their mind, the guidance of their mind only. That is the guidance of their mind. They follow. But they don't follow anyone. Likewise, revered Raghavendra Rao Ji Maharaj. Raghavendra Ji was very, Babuji has taken to a very high condition. If you know people, the people who knows him, who know him, and his work and his achievement in spirituality by the grace of the Master, they can only understand the personality of that guy, great soul. He has his own followers. They believe. They go according to their guidance of their mind. Their mind says that they have to follow whatever revered Puja Raghavendra Ji Maharaj says. Likewise, if you take revered Dr. K.C. Varadachari, he is gigantic personality in the field of spirituality. Let alone in our mission. Babuji has taken him to the dizzy heights, to the greatest heights in spirituality. He has his own followers. They follow, their mind follows according to the guidance of Dr. Casey. The mind, that is important thing. Everyone will, we will follow the guidance of the mind. The mind will tell, he is the, then like that, our Chariji Maharaj, he is a spiritual, what is called, his countenance. He is spiritual, he is also a spiritual giant. And he has wrote so many books on our mission. He spread the mission far and wide. And so many people, he is the successor of the master. And so many people loved him and called him as a living master. And they were always at the holy feet of the Chariji Maharaj. They will never, those Abhyasis, I have checked myself, they will never change. They will never leave Chariji Maharaj and go to some other master in the world. There are a lot of masters. Do you understand? Because why they are with Chariji Maharaj? Because they go according to their guidance of their mind. Their mind, they observe and find the God in certain people. In Chariji Maharaj, they find, yes, my goal is here. It doesn't mean that they don't have respect and reverence for Babuji Maharaj, Lalaji Maharaj, or other people. That is not the thing. That I am not telling. Everybody has respect with the elders. And again, when you come to Chariji Maharaj, Chariji SRMC, he was, so long he was alive, he was treated as the God himself by so many followers. And again now, his successor, Daji Maharaj, so many people, highly placed people, the rulers of this country, even them, Daji was the only master. And in Daji they have seen God. Somebody has told me, the elderly person, he was telling, in this heartfulness, Daji Maharaj, in the entire mission, maybe all, Behenji, Babuji, Chariji, or Lalaji, everybody is connected, cosmic connection is there, everybody maybe highly evolved, and they are there in the subtle world. But here, now, the living master is Daji, like that. I treat Babuji Maharaj as living God, eternal master. And there is none equal to him. Like Lalaji Maharaj told, 100 successors may come, but nobody can be substitute to Babuji Maharaj. That is the thing. So therefore, what I am telling you, everybody will go according to the guidance of their mind.